Here we presents the top 5 best macro lens for Nikon. Starting of our listed number 5. Tamron F017 and 700 SP 90mm f2.8. The Tamron SP 90mm f2.8D Macro VCUSD is a macro lens designed for the Nikon F mount. It happens to be one of the best macro lenses for Nikon F mount systems you can get from third-party manufacturers. It is optimized for the large 35mm sensor Nikon cameras. The lens also works with 35mm film cameras. Plus, it will also work DX format cameras as well. Though, with DX format cameras you will get the advantage of a longer effective focal length. DxOMark rates this lens with a score of 35 when tested with a Nikon D800E. It is a fairly high score and coming just after the Nikon AFS VR Micro-NIKKOR 105mm f2.8 GFED which we discussed above. The internal construction of the lens consists of 14 elements arranged in 11 groups. These include 1 low dispersion element and 2 extra low dispersion elements. These elements will take care of aberrations and distortions that plague fast aperture telelenses. For more information and price, check out the product links and description underneath the video. Coming in at number 4 of our list, Nikon AFS FX Micro-NIKKOR 2177. The AFS Micro-NIKKOR is the other popular micro lens offered by Nikon. This slightly longer than standard focal length ensures that you have a longer reach and closer focusing even from a comfortable working distance. The lens is designed for the full-frame sensor of Nikon, but that said the lens is compatible with all of Nikon's DX format cameras as well. This being a G lens comes with a built-in AF motor. That should autofocus it on cheaper DX systems as well. These are cameras like the D5100 and the D3100 which do not have a built-in autofocusing motor. The construction of the lens includes a total of 12 elements arranged in 9 groups. These include 2 aspherical elements as well as 1 extra low dispersion element. These elements suppress all types of aberrations as well as distortions. The result is sharper colors and better contrast. Halfway of our listed number 3. Nikon AF-FX Micro-NIKKOR 200mm f/4D. The 200mm Micro-NIKKOR f/4 ED is a telephoto lens that is capable of focusing from a close distance of 48 cm and producing one perspective of small subjects. The lens is optimized for the larger sensor size of full-frame cameras, but that said it would also mount on smaller DX format DSLRs made by Nikon. Plus, the lens is also compatible with Nikon's film cameras. A word of caution though. This is a D lens. Nikon's D lenses, unlike G lenses, don't have an autofocusing motor on them, which means if you plan on using this lens on one of Nikon's cheaper DX format cameras, which don't have a built-in AF motor, this lens will not autofocus on them. On a DX camera, the focal length becomes the equivalent of a 300mm lens mounted on a full-frame body. The incredible effective focal length means you could also use it as a tele-lens for birding and wildlife photography. Number 2 of this list. Nikon AFS DX Micro-NIKKOR 40mm f2.8G. The AFS DX Micro-NIKKOR 40mm 1.2.8G is a very inexpensive microlens from Nikon designed for the smaller image circle of Nikon's APS-C sensor-powered cameras. On a DX camera, the effective focal length of the camera is 60mm, which is just a shade longer than what you would get with a 35mm prime lens. Thus, this lens will double up as a fixed prime lens that you can shoot everyday photos as well as lots of macro photography. That said, you will never regret the quality of your photos. The lens opens up to a maximum aperture of 2.8. On the other side, it can stop down to a minimum of f/22. You would be shooting stop down anyways for getting that large depth of field. The lens is very sharp in the middle and will allow you to capture those breathtaking flower shots and small creepy crawlies in life-size proportions, as well as anything else that you may fancy shooting. The lens constitutes a total of 9 elements arranged in 7 groups. Super integrated coating has been provided in the lens. SICK has the ability to cut down on flares and ghosting when shooting wide open, especially when shooting in backlit situations. The lens diaphragm is made up of 7 blades. You get decent enough bokeh but not as good as some of the other lenses we have listed here. And coming in at number 1 of our list, Nikon AFS VR Micro-NIKKOR 105mm f2.8G. The Nikon AFS Micro-NIKKOR 105 is the autofocusing version of the older lens. If you need autofocusing, this is the lens that you should opt for. This new Nikkor macro lens feels solid in the hands. It is compatible with all of Nikon's modern autofocusing DSLRs as well as most of older 35mm film cameras. On smaller crop senses cameras, the crop factor of 1.5x extends the effective focal length to a 35mm format equivalent of 157.5mm. It is quite well made and weighs 720 grams. The metal frame of the lens feels solid in the hands. The internal construction of the lens includes a total of 14 elements arranged in 12 groups. There are 9 rounded aperture diaphragm blades that produce nice bokeh. Autofocusing on the lens is powered by Nikon's silent wave modo. Typical of modern autofocusing mechanisms, this is very quiet. For more information and price, check out the product links and description underneath the video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe our channel, share this video and hit the like button.